Hello out there and welcome to English Teacher Plays. We're here with Good Night, which is a one-button bullet hell game. And this is a very funny way of setting the thing. So super low spec, potato, retro, rezo, automatic quality, or highest quality. We'll go with high spec. I am strong. Yeah, sure, save. Team Good Night, thank you for supporting our early access. Sure. This is a puzzle rage game. This game is intended to be very challenging, but don't worry, you have unlimited retries. Never give up on puzzles, just have fun. Jesus. They're not joking about boom! Like every single screen is boom! Right in your face. That's fine. Photosensitivity warning. This game may potentially trigger seizures for people with photosensitive epilepsy. Tweak the accessibility options when necessary. That's nice that they're giving us the warning. So, in loving memory of our family and friends who've passed away. Dope. Good Night. Published by Doublethink Games. A Filipino metal one-button bullet hell. Alright, tap any button to start. Sure. Alright, let's... Oh my gosh. Let's play the tutorial. It's just me. What? I can play as a chicken. I can play as Regret, Genesis, for... I guess we'll just go... We'll go with the standard one. Puzzle mode, less distractions. Oh, we have to play puzzle mode first? Okay, this game is one button only. The night constantly moves. Alright. Oh god, finally hell. Jeez, this game is like very loud and in your face. Tap button slash flip. So every time you attack, you change direction. Right. That's 2 buttons. Right. Why is that not working? I don't understand. There we go. There we go. Alright, we did it. Time skip. Hold L. What? Okay, I don't... I thought it was one button. I thought it was one button. But now there's like multiple buttons. I mean, calling it one button is weird. So, it's not one button. Maybe I'll try it with a controller? I don't know. It said it was one button, so I was going to do one button. But then it's got 2 buttons. I'm supposed to switch to the middle mouse button to do slow-mo. That's not one button, that's 2 buttons. I'm not imagining it, right? Okay. I don't... Sure. I don't... Okay, so... I'm trying to look at the... So left trigger is slow motion. How long can we slow motion for? Slow motion for me. But we lose points when we go slow motion, I guess. So this is easier with, yeah, I don't... Okay. So far, we've managed to get almost nowhere. Hold, quick tap, flip slash. Okay. I don't... Okay. So... So we survived. Oh, alright. Oh my god. Yeah. Right. So now we're getting some music, I guess. It's very... Oh my god. Yeah, so... It is very loud. Alright, so we just hide from them over here. Okay, so... It says it's a one-button bullet hell. That's what I was here for. But it's not one button. It's a two-button bullet hell, which would be fine. I would have no problem with 2 buttons. But it says it's 1 button, so I'm feeling cheated. And shooting just doesn't seem to work very well, and I don't know how to... Like, I can't get it to shoot with the controller. That doesn't seem to want to happen. Oh my god. Okay. So let's go to... What is stream mode? Oh, okay. Accessibility? I don't... Sure. So there's nowhere to change the controls. So the problem that I'm running into here is that it says it's 1 button, but then it's actually 2 buttons, and I would use the mouse, and that would be great. And if there was a slowdown button that you're supposed to be using, and it was on right click instead of middle mouse, that would be fine. So I would just do that, because doing it on the controller was dumb. It was not good. You know what I mean? It was bad. I'd much rather do the mouse. But having it on the middle mouse button just makes it really awkward for no reason. Why not just map it to the right mouse button? There's no reason here for us to not be using the right mouse button, you know? Like, there's only one other button. You said it was a 1-button game. We're using 2 buttons. And one of them is the middle mouse button, which just seems dumb as rocks. So... I'll play some more, see if I can get it working. And I'll fast forward so you can see some more content, but I'm not holding out a lot of hope. Okay, so I'm supposed to be able to hold down the button, right? And when I hold it, it's supposed to shoot. And it's supposed to shoot where the mouse is gone, right? You're aiming with the mouse or whatever. It doesn't seem to be shooting, and I just keep dying. I don't know how I beat the last level. I think that the checkpointing system is very friendly. So, like, you beat one wave and then you just go on to the next one. You go on to the next one. So it's, you know, the idea is that you just keep grinding on it, and it's not like it sends you all the way back to the beginning. It's like, yeah, you beat that bit, now move to the next bit, now move to the next bit, which I have a lot of appreciation for. But I'm still pretty frustrated, given that it's supposed to be a 1-button game, but it's actually a 2-button game, and one of the 2 buttons is the middle mouse button, which is just nonsense. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think let's go look at the description, because I'm not having a good time. I really like the idea of a 1-button thing. You know, if it was just switching back and forth and it was about where you switched and stuff, that would be cool, but it's not actually about where you switch. It's like, that's part of it, but then you also have to shoot, and there's also the slow down button, which if it was on the right click would be great, because then you could use it in a sticky situation. I am gonna cry now. I'm glad that I'm talking over this. I'm basically done with the game. It's very frustrating, and it's supposed to be very frustrating, but I feel like it's frustrating in some ways that are maybe not conducive to me wanting to play more. Yeah, let's go look at the description. All right, Good Night, 1-button bullet hell game. Wrong, it's not. It's 2 buttons. It's 2 buttons. You have 2 buttons that you have to use, so it's not 1 button. If that's your main marketing tool, it can't be wrong. You can't tell me it's 1 button and then have it be 2 buttons. That's so dumb. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like the very first thing that you tell us, that it's 1 button. It's 1-button bullet hell, but it turns out it's actually 2-button bullet hell. And that just seems really, I don't know. I don't know how to deal with that. Because it's like, literally the first thing that the trailer says is that it's a 1-button bullet hell. It's not 1 button, it's 2 buttons. And I'm gonna keep saying that because I think it's an important point. You know, if it's gonna be 2-button bullet hell, that would be fine. 1-button bullet hell is also fine, but it needs to just be the 1 button, not 2. Anyways. Use your agility and quickness to dodge bullets, battle in different mysterious hells against giant bosses, featuring stunning visual impact and original metal soundtracks. It's in early access. We would like to receive more feedback from players and make the game moving forward with the community. Here's a piece of feedback. Either say that it's 2-button bullet hell, or have it be 1 button. Having 2 buttons makes no sense. Like, I was doing the tutorial and it was like, press this button to slow down time, and I'm like, but I thought it was 1 button. Why is it 1 button and then I'm being told there's another button? So that's my first piece of feedback. People playing this are going to feel gypped a little bit because you lied. And lying about like this main core mechanic of your game is bad. Secondly, my piece of feedback is, it's very hard to tell where you're going to be shooting. And, you know, I put my mouse where I wanted to be shooting, and it just didn't seem to do anything. Sometimes, like in the first thing I was shooting, and then in the second one, there were like, I was surrounded by fireballs and I was trying to shoot, and I couldn't see the bullets or anything, and I don't know what was supposed to be happening, but I wasn't shooting. So things that they want to add in 3 to 6 months, they want to add more stages, more modes, enable workshop later on so players can customize their own levels. Replays in online mode will also be released soon. Polishes and more visual flair on the main campaign, and activate our mod support. Right. You can finish and play the game from start to finish. The content most players would be satisfied with once they finish the campaign. The main 10+ hour campaign, 4-player multiplayer, and a lot more. Alright. Good Night is steeped in Filipino mythos that's unique for video games, let alone a traditionally leaning shooter. Good Night is a hair-raising, adrenaline-rushing bullet hell game. Came from them being inspired from archaic games. Okay. Best in game of ESGS. I don't know what ESGS is, but that's fine. Fight Philippine horrors and history in this one-of-a-kind game. Play Good Night, it's finally out. It's seriously butt-clenching, 1-button rage puzzle bullet hell. But it's 2 buttons. I'm going to keep saying it because it keeps coming up in your own advertising. It's not 1 button, it's 2 buttons. You press 2 buttons. If there were... Anyways, I've said it enough. I'm gonna stop. Prepare to die in Metal Hell. We fuse shooter, rhythm, arcade, retro, and more in this Dante's Inferno meets Philippine horror bullet hell. Slay hell in this Philippine horrors, history, and literature fused with Greek stories like Dante's Inferno's story. Woo, Dante's Inferno is definitely Italian, but that's fine. Good Night is a butt-clenching arcade metal game influenced by games like Super Hexagon, Castlevania, and I've never heard of that one. Super Hexagon's a great game. I love it. It's super hard. It actually has these kind of vibes here. And it has 2 buttons. You know, you can go one way or the other way. You just move your little triangle around like that. You move it one way, you move it the other way. 2 buttons. This has 1 button, which is fine, except for that there's actually 2 buttons. You have to press 2 buttons. Yeah. It's 2 button. It's not 1 button. It's almost genre-less as it fuses genres like shooters, rhythm, puzzle, bullet hell. Okay. You only need 1 button because you only have 1 job. Survive 1 button. Why? It's 2 buttons. Use the arrow key or joystick to aim your attack. Destroy the bullet hell shooting enemy can make your survival much easier, but definitely not necessary. After you master the dungeon dance move, you won't need them anymore. Show some mercy to the pitiful dungeon. Okay. For rookies, we recommend using the bullet time button when the situation is intensified. It can save you anytime you want. The knight has already mastered this ability so that you can unlimitedly use it. However, don't abuse it, you'll be punished for playing with time, said by a wise guy. Compete with your friends and players around the world on the leaderboard. Okay, so the bullet time, I guess the time slow thing is for rookies. It's for people who need help, but like, it's there in the tutorial. It's like a core mechanic, and maybe that's why they put it on the middle mouse button, because you're not supposed to use it that much. But then the problem is, because it's so awkward to use, it's actually not helpful for rookies, because I can be pressing that or the other button. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, middle mouse is not something that is super easy to go to. Just saying. Let us remap it to the right mouse button, and then I would use it all the time. I'd be like, slow down. Okay, cool. What are we doing? How does this work? Middle mouse button is just weird, and not letting me remap it is also weird. 2 buttons. It's 2 buttons. Yeah. Hardcore bullet hell with minimalist operation. Massive bullets die from 1 hit. Only 1 button is required to complete the game. Right, so only 1 button is required to complete the game, but that can be said of a lot of games. There's all those like playthroughs of like Fallout where they only press W, or Skyrim or whatever it is. You know, they only use the 1 ability. So I don't know. I'm pretty frustrated that there's 2 buttons, as you can tell. I guess the point is you don't need 2 buttons. Like, the 2 buttons are optional. The shooting part of it, I don't know about that, because it seemed like it didn't work amazingly well, or I wasn't using it properly. But I don't. Yeah, like there's not a good way to figure out how to use it properly. You know, we did the tutorial and I was like, okay, so that's how that works. And then when I was actually in the game, it didn't work like that. And I don't know. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but I wasn't doing it right. So, and it's more than 1 button, and I'm gonna keep saying that. Team Goodnight, they've made the game Goodnight. Cool. So, look, it is this game. It does the things that it says it does. It's bright, it's colorful, it's very loud, it's in your face, it's extremely hard, and it's got some interesting visuals and a cool soundtrack and stuff. And, like, I like it, I guess, but also I'm frustrated with the 1 button concept, given that there's actually more than 1 button. And also, I'm frustrated because the controller was worse than the mouse, but then even using the mouse, it didn't really work. So I'm going to leave it there. That's Good Night. If you want to check it out, you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description. like the video, leave me a comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you like, because that's always really nice, and otherwise I will see you guys next time. Class dismissed.